Thank you very much, Andy, and looking forward to this game. Incredibly, the last time these sides played was round 3 of 2008. 39 games or weeks of home and away football, which, Malcolm, just goes to show the vagaries of the draw these days. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
round 3 last year.
And we're all a lot younger then, Michael, too, weren't we?
Exactly.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to, watching Jake King play on Alan Didak.
Yeah.
That'll be a little war today.
Well, Jake King, there he is inside the centre square, just waiting for
Assuming
a matchup.
He gets the role, of course.
Now, Didak's just going to the southern wing, and that's exactly where King is headed. So we'll get that matchup quarters. There's McGuan on Anthony and Alan Didak, and there's Jake King. So looking forward to seeing how that unfolds.
Oh, he will niggle.
Oh, will he what?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Alan Didak responds. We saw it a couple of weeks ago where he perhaps didn't respond against Ben McGlynn against Hawthorn. So looking forward to this. Big game, traditional rivals, Collingwood and Richmond from the MCG. Wood and Graham. Wood wins the opening tap. Cloak, well wrapped up, but got the handball to Thomas. He's immediately tackled by Morton. And we'll get a bounce.
Gee, just that centre bounce. Pendlebury and Delidio were running together at that first bounce. Hope that stays like that. What a matchup.
Ben Johnson's got the job on Ben Cousins as the ball spills towards Cousins. Brilliant pickup. Well tackled by Dick, but he gets the handball off to Jackson. Good second effort from Dick, causes the turnover. Cloak, Didak now on the northern wing. Kicks inside, attacking 50. Medhurst couldn't take the mark. And Richmond in defence. McMahon off to Newman. Not the best of kicks. Look out. Cousins well tackled. Thomas overruns it, getting down and hard. Well played by the Tiger defence, and now Delidio can emerge from half back. Very wide, looking for Morton. And Prestigiacomo just pushes him and the ball over. A bounce on centre wing.
And Jackson on Swan. I'm not sure if you mentioned that one, Malcolm. Jackson's got the job on Swan.
Yep, we've both got the sweep right there. Stephen?
Very blustery, swirly conditions at the MCG today as King puts Didak down by play. Nothing too sinister in that, just a bump. Thomas threw himself at it. Now Pendlebury. Good little give to Johnson. He got it to Dick from 45. Stubbed his foot as he kicked. It's into the pocket. Dawes. Polo is game tackled by a couple of pies. Umpires let it go and will bounce in Collingwood's forward pocket.
Let's watch this in replay. Polo just got tackled at the appropriate time. Oh, you don't like that, Michael?
Snap by Anthony is through for a goal. Collingwood on the board.
So we watch the bounce again, and just got pushed forward. It just got. You can't get it onto your boot any quicker or better than that under pressure. And obviously the goal's being so close. Just rolled lovely.
McGuan didn't like it.
Here we go. Anthony's just didn't like being sat upon by McGuan and just threw his hand up and pushed him off. I wonder if it doesn't hurt as much with a glove on.
41 goals now for the season for Jack Anthony. Ball now with Jackson. Hurries the kick towards half forward. Tambling. Good acceleration. Cousins. A couple of early touches. Jackson now. And then the Tigers, their first chance to go inside, attacking 50. The Jackson kick was a beauty. And that's a good low-down mark taken by Revolt. And he'll kick from directly in front, 30 metres from goal.
Just didn't quite look as though he got it right in the right spot on his boot, but it was a terrific leap forward by Rewald, coming a goal kicker.
He made it look good, that's for sure. 19 goals, 16 from set shots. Jack Rewald didn't kick a goal against the Swans last week. He'll be keen to get on the board early here and level it up at the MCG. Should kick it. He does. A goal apiece, early going at the G.
Well, it's interesting. When I say he's becoming a goal kicker, he kicked 6 the week before from memory, or got a bag, and that was his first bag. He would have been disappointed with last week. But you're not going to get a better start than that. Their first real attack, the Tigers. And the goals resulted. Yeah, against Essendon, that's right. He kicked the 6.
Goal apiece.
Here we go.
It's the caretaker coach for the Tigers, Jay Rawlings. Here's Cousins. Gives it off to McMahon. Now Graham. And to the captain, Newman. Kicks to King, who, as we said at the start, has got the job on Didac. Not a great handball from King to Deledio. Puts him under the hammer. He manages to break the Didac tackle. Deledio puts it inside 50. Bowden's there. Can't take the mark. Fisted away by Prestigiacomo. Revolt keeps it alive. Bounces across the face. Johnson gets there a little bit slowly. Superior pace and athleticism was Ben Cousins, who screws it round the body, and desperate stuff, a desperate lunge from Thomas knocks it over the line.
See how lively's Cousins been.
Well, he's having a wonderful year. From the throw in, Deledio has room to have a snap. Just misses. You'd keep him next year, Malcolm, wouldn't you, if you were
on form?
Yeah,
I reckon you go on form. You would, yes, absolutely.
Sure. Pendlebury now. Anthony the target. Ball to the back, and McMahon with an opportunity. Oh, gee, first of all, Shepard wasn't as good as it could have been. Medhurst wraps him up, tambling, dives on the footy. Does well. Handball off to McMahon. Tigers into attack again, to attacking 50. Big fist from Lee Brown at the fall, though. His slob. Oh, gee, shook the tackle easily. Back to Deledio. He couldn't shake the tackle. And Anthony is rewarded with a free kick.
Michael, this sort of free kick is annoying me. I don't know if it's annoying anybody else. You've got to give him some chance to get rid of it.
Wasn't much prior opportunity there, was there?
I reckon they're too harsh. I say it every week. It's the only thing I'm really critical of at the moment. I reckon umpiring's not bad, but they've just got to give the bloke with a chance with the ball.
Didac, little shifty handball to Lockyer, who pumps it long looking for Cloak. Wrestles his way to the front, can't mark Anthony. Slick hands.
Oh.
Willingham gets wrapped up, and he's penalised.
And 50 for dropping the ball, then Polo.
So 50-metre penalty. So Polo will come up to about the 50-metre arc. Still a little too far out to score. He kicks into the hole. That's a perplexing kick in between a nest of 3 Magpies. Well, what he was thinking there. O'Brien to Wood. Little side step on Morton. O'Brien. He's gone. He's gone. Good tackle by Morton.
The tackling's been very good early, Richmond, Malcolm.
Yep.
He plays on, as he always does, improves the angle and kicks a beautiful goal. Tigers get their second.
It's almost become trademark for him, hasn't it?
It has. But, gee, the tackling pressure from Richmond, particularly in their forward half, has been fantastic in the early minutes, and there's a number of holding the ball decisions against Collingwood. So Morton there, the beneficiary of another very good tackle.
Look at this again. Here's O'Brien. That is having a chance. That is a great tackle. And that is holding the ball.
Now, what about the finish, Malcolm? Gee, he does it with great regularity. Mitch Morton, sensational goal. Tigers up early. Chance for Wood. Couldn't quite get a clear disposal. Rance off to Coughlin. High towards half forward. Tuvey and Nahas eludes them both. Well done, Hislop. Good attack on the ball, but it spills fortuitously to Thomas. His short kick wasn't great. And McGuan did enough there to force it over. Boundary throw in the attacking side of the wing for Collingwood. Early contested possessions certainly in favour of the Tigers. Great start to this match. They lead by 7 points. Graham, Sharkdo by Davis. Kicks it towards Medhurst and over the shoulder, says the umpire. So a free kick to Medhurst. Against Thursfield.
I find that fascinating. You know, from a 50-50, as that was, Why doesn't the defender get in front? Because the kicks always nearly fall short. Meadows was in front and grabbed high. I never understand why a defender plays from behind in that environment, in a 50-50, not in general play. I mean, I think I reckon it's a real strategy mishap when you do that.
So Paul Medhurst, Collingwood's only All-Australian last year, from 35, beautiful kick. Magpies to within a point. Medhurst with his first of the afternoon. And 2-1 plays, 2 goals. As we look at, again, a contested football, Malcolm.
Yeah, and here it is. Most contested footies under pressure fall short. I've always been bemused as a defender why you would play from behind. In general play, I had a rule, read the game. But for 50-50s, play in front and take the game away from the forward. Even if you keep chasing each other, you eventually run underneath the ball, both of you. Therefore, the defender wins.
It's the Tigers by 1 point.
A couple of coaches look on.
Oh, pretty relaxed at the moment.
Yeah, it's 2 goals apiece in the first quarter.
Both ruckmen missed it. Jackson on hands and knees, fed it out to Coughlin, who was a late inclusion. Quick kick out of the pack by Deledio. Only as far as Tuvey, and he's all wrapped up, and we'll have a bounce.
Boys, my footy, come on.
It's interesting, isn't it? Nahas, one of the smallest players in the continental, really, but still be able to put a ferocious tackle on you. Your tackling's about mentality, and a lot of these smaller, younger players have got it.
Richmond work it inside their 50. Big pack fly. That's a terrific mark taken by the captain for Collingwood, Nick Maxwell. Gets it moving straight away. Over to Wellingham. Back to Maxwell, back to Wellingham. Good run out of defence, and the kick's good too. Anthony just couldn't quite hang on to it. Good effort by McGuan to spoil. Now Polo kicks towards Morton. Didak read it beautifully and intercepts. Kicks down the line with great precision. Lockyer spilt the beams, but he's got Beams in support, and that's where he goes. Beams on the left, good centering kick, beautifully weighted, and a mark taken by Shaw. Hands in the back. Gee, I'll have to have another look at that one.
I've actually seen him do this a bit. He tends to do that because he doesn't go for a lot of balls in the air as a marker. He tends to use his hands a bit.
Oh, Revolt's kick was dodgy. Pendlebury into the picture, still working away. Handball over the top. Shaw will get another crack at it and puts it through. What do they say, Malcolm? All's well that ends well as far as Collingwood are concerned, and Heath Shaw. He got the goal in the end.
Been lively, hasn't it? It's been sparkling open.
Not a lot of players behind the ball.
No.
Pretty free-flowing at the moment.
Here's his hands in the back again.
But that wasn't in the back, it was in the side.
The right hand might have been in the back.
It's a free kick in the middle.
To be taken by Dawes of Collingwood. Nice kick to Cloak, who marks 55 from goal. Now, reasonably crowded in Collingwood's forward 50 at the moment. There's Anthony offering a lead. Cloak decides just to bomb it to the goal square. At the back, Thomas. Polo did well getting up high and forcing it through.
Didn't see what the free kick was for in the centre.
The Tigers taking plenty of time to bring it back in. Polo, the kicker, and he put his foot on the line.
It was actually well over, wasn't it? Great angle.
I can't understand why players don't have their foot 6 inches,
No, I agree.
15 centimetres or even 30 centimetres behind the line. What do you gain by kicking even close to the line?
Well, he was way over as the ball's bounced at the top of the Collingwood goal square. Anthony Davis, good smother. Beautiful smother by Edwards. Still inside Collingwood's 50, Tambling in there, and we'll have a bounce.
Yeah, it is a strange one to kick it when you kick out. It's a bit like golf, Michael. You probably know. If you're going to lay up, you know, from the trouble.
Yeah.
You don't need to stand on the line, do you?
Vickery against Dawes. There's Cousins, his 5th touch. Got it over to Tambling. Tackled and dispossessed by Didak. King's in there. It's a free kick for a high tackle going to Jake King.
Short kick. Marked by Tuck. Back to King. Now Collingwood have got a zone set up here, so King not too many options. Davis provides the chase. Kick. Thomas in a good spot, but over the back, McGuan drifts in and takes the mark. So well worked out by the Tigers. McGuan target. Now Maxwell in front. Good leap at the back by Deledio. Tuvey. Pendlebury. Off to Dawes. Back to Pendlebury. Now Maxwell at the back. So that was the outlet. And the short kick is effective to O'Brien.
Right now it's pretty one-on-one, Michael. It's a pretty tight game, but it's had its moments too.
Good kick to Dawes, who thought about giving it off to Didak. Perhaps he should have. Richmond now with numbers back. The kick towards Lockyer at the back. Anthony in front. He stuck the one mid-out, dragged it back, and has marked 35 from goal, as good as directly in front. I thought Lockyer was in prime position, but we watch it again. The left hand was able to pluck it back. The glove. Look at that. Bang.
Hope he hasn't got any illegal substances on that one.
I'm
Too much
sure
sticky.
he hasn't. And of course he takes it off just to help with the ball drop. So Anthony has kicked one already. From set shots, 33 goals, 15. Oh, gee. Normally accurate, not that time. So Collingwood out by 7 points.
And the number 1 possession getter in the competition, Dane Swan, yet to touch the football. He's been off a couple of times. Jackson doing a good shutdown role so far.
Just about to mention that the midfielders, Pendlebury's the only one really touching the ball. Didak's got a couple of touches, but Richmond actually just on top in that area, ironically. Not so on the scoreboard by a goal, so, but
that probably explains it, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Wood against Vickery. Give that one to Vickery. Got it to Coughlin, who kicked into Vickery's back. McMahon to Edwards, who coughed it up. Wellingham. Here's Swan for his first touch of the match, and it's a good one. Anthony will have another shot at goal. Just the 15 metres.
Good pressure there again from Brad Dick, causing the spill. And nice finish from Dane Swan.
Jack Anthony 10th on the goal kicking table. He's converting this year at 68%.
It's pretty good, 68.
Very good.
Lockett was at 70 lifetime, which is the best in history, really.
For Collingwood's 4th and his 2nd, and he's missed again.
That's a couple of bad misses for him, Michael. You'd be disappointed in that.
No, he's normally very accurate and just not quite finding the target, missing to the right initially and then to the left. So Newman from fullback. Long fist from O'Brien. At the form, Medhurst takes on the... Oh, he threw that out. Wood off to O'Brien from 50. He loads up to Shane O'Brien, and he's missed as well. So Richmond really finding it difficult to clear this forward area of Collingwood. And here's this throw. Oh, well, I'm not sure.
It was a help on with the fist. Collingwood going man on man here from the kickouts. This is interesting. Normally, if you wait enough, you can get someone free always. And there it is.
And it's Ben Cousins, who kicks to a contest. Swan gets there first and takes a good mark.
He's a beauty overhead,
and he plays on. There was no one on the mark, and he kicks perfectly into the pocket. Well done, Dane Swan. And he finds Targan Lockyer, who will go back and have a shot, hopefully for Collingwood's sake. They're 4th because they've been a little bit inaccurate in the last couple of minutes. 3-4 next to their name.
Well, the man-on-man kickoff has just tricked them a bit. Richmond just need to reload on this and either go to a huddle or go to one side. They're just kicking to 50-50s on the second kick.
Tarkan Lockyer has squeezed it home. Speaking of man who converts well, he's at 67% this year, so he's having a pretty good year, Tarkin Lockie. Very consistent player. It's his 27th goal of the season.
And that's why the football world rates Dane Swan highly. He mightn't have done a whole heap so far, but his last 2 touches have set up 2 shots at goal for Collingwood with great distribution of the kick. And once again, that was just a sensational mark.
Goal to Lockyer, and Dane Swan, #1 score involvement player in the competition, and responsible for that Lockyer goal after a terrific mark. Well, bounces a shocker. It favours Gore. The umpire, no, I thought he was going to let it go, but he's called it back. So we'll get it thrown up here with Collingwood leading by 15 points. Wood to do battle with Graham. Graham decisively. Well done, O'Brien. A toe poke. Rance. Good call from the umpire. And early one. Gee, that's an aggressive tackle from Cloak. And we'll get a bounce at half forward for the Magpies. Here's this tackle. We call bone crunching, I think, Malcolm.
Yes, I felt it from here.
Coughlin did well. McMahon, handball, coughs it up. Direct quick handball affected to Lockyer. O'Brien. Now Swan really getting involved after a quiet start to the game. Dane Swan chips it over the top, and Cloak Saps had a choice of 2 there. Beams was drifting back as well. And so we watch this, the Didac interception, and before he hit the ground, he had got the handball off, setting up this opportunity. And again, Swan finding the target.
It's funny when good players touch the footy, something happens, isn't it? It's amazing. Didac and Swan touch it, and another shot at goal.
So 12 goals, 11 from set shots, Travis Cloak. He's been goalless 3 of 5 career games against the Tigers. And that's not a great effort at all. Still in play. Chance for Dick. Davis hits the post. So that wind swirly down there, Malcolm.
It was a bit, but you never give the goals away here. I just think kick at the goals. 26 touches to 2 in the forward line in the last 10 minutes. We're certainly looking to lift to screen a fair bit, aren't we?
Yeah, they're getting on top, aren't they? Kick back into play. Pendlebury did well. Dick, Wood. Lockyer can have another one here. He lines it up and he hits the post again. Gee. It's the Magpies by 17 points. 4-6 to 2-1. 10 scoring shots to 3.
Let's see what Richmond can do here. That's what confronts Chris Newman. They've really struggled to get it out of this Collingwood zone from the kick-ins. High towards the wing. Polo, has he paid the mark? He is. Collingwood fans don't like it, thinking that there were Collingwood hands on the footy first, but Polo's paid the mark, so not really decisively, but he does kick it to Nahas. He grabs it just inside the line. The boundary umpire right on the spot. Nahas, again, devoid of options. He finds his teammate, though, Hislop, who's called to play on. Wide, McMahon, confronted by Pendlebury. Coughlin, gee, they're under the pump here. Pendlebury did superbly. He's tied it up. And Richmond eventually get it clear through Jackson, but only as far as Beams. Anthony and Polo. Anthony, very busy, Jack Anthony. Thought about going back to Swan, decided against it. Beams, who marks. Close attention paid to him by Coughlin. So Collingwood with an opportunity. Beams kick not great. Brilliant pick up off the half volley though by Swan. Back to Beams. Oh, ugly kick is marked by Tuck at half back for the Tigers.
Tuck short to Rance. Oh, he's caught too slow, way too slow. Advantage paid, and Thomas kicks the goal, but the umpire says nope. Free kick coming back, and it's going to be taken by Cloak.
Well, let's have a look at this again. There's the tackle from Cloak, and advantage. Not quite sure why advantage wasn't paid there. It was just.
Neither am I. That's their 10th tackle inside 50 for the quarter.
Just a bit slow
50.
there, wasn't he, young Rance, Malcolm?
Well, I've got a comment to make about handball. Handball under pressure, as they did on the half-forward flank earlier from this play. A quick kick forward one-on-one. These sides that are poor should do it more often.
Cloak, that's a better looking kick off the boot, right through the middle. Magpies get their 5th.
Hey, Nick, good work on the games there, mate. Going around.
Well, I'm not quite sure that I wasn't playing. I seemed to be continuous and fell to him legitimately, and he kicked the goal. But anyhow, Cloak's done the right thing anyhow. I say players change games, but have a look at this from Dane Swan. That's the first one he set up a shot at goal. Here's from that good mark, and then another kick to Lockyer. And finally, the lead from the big fella, Cloak.
So back in the centre, Collingwood have gone inside attacking 50 12 times for 11 scores. Here they go again. Ben Johnson tries to paddle it back. He does effectively here to Wellingham. Back to O'Brien, 60 from goal. Sets it up towards the goal square. 2-on-2 at the full. Davis, can he find the target? He can. Brilliant stuff, Leon Davis.
Tell you what, it's been a while since it's been in Richmond's attacking 50, Malcolm.
Yeah.
It's looking very, very nasty for the Tigers right at the moment.
Got a bit of a stiff neck looking left. Well, I mean, watch this, and we're just so used to Leon Davis doing that, aren't we?
Yeah, that was an easy one for Leon.
Yeah, I think you've got to go back, and Richmond are trying to finesse handball a la like Geelong style, and they're not good enough to do it. Sometimes you've just got to you've got to throw it on your boot. Look at that. Well, the scoreboard says that, doesn't it? 13-5. This is where Jane Rawlings earns your money as a coach, and a young one at that. You've got to change the centre square, change some blokes' angles, change the angle they're coming from.
Well, Jade Rawlings said last week that they just got to do something. The Tigers, when they're under the pump, they've got to respond, and the acid is being put on them at the moment, but they're not looking good as Pendlebury just runs it well, has a couple of bounces, kicks into the goal square and shanks the kick in the end. But that was just too easy out of the centre square for the Pies. Lucky let off for Richmond. Cousins.
Yours.
Over to Tuck. Handball missed the target.
Well, he was going to be under pressure. This is what I'm starting to see in this team now. This is just waste, and you're playing like millionaires. And then have a look at this pickup from Pendlebury. That's class. It's a shame about the kick. Richmond need to just get it to the next line. They're playing man on man. They're getting flogged doing it this way.
Pendlebury again waiting for some support. He finds it in O'Brien, who drills it long. Davis, one out. It might go all the way. No, it's hit the post again. That's 3 posters to Collingwood in this first quarter. One to Lockyer, one to O'Brien, one to Davis.
Did it hit the post? Hit the post, definitely. Short? Yes, okay. All clear. Just wait, Joel.
Yeah, looked like Leon Davis tried to
shepherd it through
instead of perhaps having a crack at it. And there's the tuck handball that went astray.
Yeah, but he's going to handball to a big fella who's going to be tackled anyhow. You've got to kick it sometimes.
Rance at half back for the Tigers. Vickery over the back, chance for Morton. He overruns it. Prestigiacomo.
He's holding the ball. He went at him. That's
did.
different, isn't it? He did take him on.
Yep. Yeah, there's the ball hitting the post. The goal player wrapped his head around the goal post. He couldn't see what was going on, but definitely hit the post. Now that was paid by umpire James, who's 70 metres away, but saw that Didak was being impeded at the stoppage. So a free kick against King, and it'll go to Didak. So back and across Wellingham. Back into this Collingwood side with the injury to Goldsack. Couple of casual bounces as he strolls through the southern wing, pumps it towards 4-4. Medhurst got it.
Too easy, Malcolm.
15 metres from goal, directly in front.
I can't believe how good that kick was, Stephen.
It was a great kick, but too easy.
Yeah,
No
it
pressure.
was.
There's the free kick, incidentally, against Didak. Didn't look to be too much in it.
That's gone 55 metres. Look which side it's gone to. His side. I mean, that's the perfect kick to a forward. Give him a chance. Easily pushed off, but it was such a beautiful, beautiful long kick.
Medhurst directly in front. Oh, gee. Missed it by a way. Brad Dick looks on. So they're pretty wasteful, Collingwood. 6-8 in this
14
opening
scoring
quarter.
shots, Michael, already.
They've missed some easy ones. Anthony's missed 2 easy ones, and that one the easiest of all.
Richmond's last scoring shot was at the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. That's been a total domination since by Collingwood.
Thanks, Nick.
Jackson, some say perhaps the future captain of the Tigers. Kicks to Morton.
Move it on. Play on.
He goes long. It's Beams against Delidio, and that's a good, strong mark taken by Delidio.
That's what you're talking about, Malcolm.
Yeah.
One-on-one contest.
Yeah, I mean, you
trust your teammate.
Yeah, I mean, you can't create stuff that's not great.
William decided to slap it to O'Brien, and it came off nicely too to Beams. Ineffective handball, throw in.
See how they've worked it now? Instead of trying to create some tricky, dicky stuff. Not quite sure why he didn't mark that, but I think he saw Harry O'Brien in front of him. You just sometimes got to play the percentage and go down the line, just work your way back into the game.
Vickery, Davis, now Delidio. Kicks to a central location. Too high though for Brown. Well done by Shaw. Collingwood with the numbers. Wellingham. And they switch play to Lee Brown, playing game number 200 this afternoon. Lee Brown shares it with Shaw. Got a couple of options ahead of him, and took a long time, so decides to track inboard. Thomas kicks it low and hard towards Medhurst too. Has he paid the mark? No, says the umpire. Play on. He slaps it forward. Thomas again following up. Well, tackled by Bowden. Should be rewarded. Isn't. Medhurst again for a second effort. Loops the handball. Ben Johnson. Dawes. Cloak. Takes them on. Beams. 50 from goal. He decides just to kick to the goal square. Tigers with the numbers. Oh, dear. Dear me. Dear me. Well, you talk about good players, Malcolm. Good contest at half-back for the Tigers, but this should have been bread and butter stuff. 2-on-1.
Yeah. I think you summed it up. Dear oh me. It's funny how good players have more luck than other players. Oh, dear me. Yeah. Great quarter from Collingwood. I mean, Richmond is certainly down after that from that first 5 minutes, but you know, I think it's been some fundamental stuff, some skill errors, and particularly the handball under pressure has been sadly lacking.
Vickery against Wood. Ball spills to Delidio as a fresh area. Johnson fed it out towards Dick. Stripped to the footy. Here he is again as another crack. Dawes. Handball went straight to Newman. Went to McGuan, to King, to Cousins. And Cousins chips short, and it finds Hislop.
Do you know what, Stephen? They could have kicked that quickly. There's been 4 handballs, and look where they're finished. There was a one-on-one in the forward line. Just making hard work of it.
Cousins to Thursfield. Now another possession for Cousins. Number 10 as the siren sounds, and it was all Collingwood after a somewhat shaky first 5 minutes. The Pies taking complete control, rattling on 7 goals, 8-50 to Richmond's 2-1-13, 37 points, Malcolm.
Yeah, 15 shots to 3, and the last 20 minutes was ugly for Richmond, great for Collingwood.
Not far away from the grand final for 2009. Young Vickery to start things in the ruck in the second quarter, and he'll be up against Wood.
I'm really keen to see that. Unless there's something definitely on, get the ball forward where it's one-on-one in your forward line. Richmond have got to start doing this. They're a young developing team. Got to get some contests into their bodies.
Cousins, yeah,
That's
number 10,
better.
as he pumps it almost inside 50. They're almost there. Hislop. Here's Bowden. Gets his first stat for the day to Delidio with an attack of the fumbles. Just perceived pressure there, and same with Jackson. Just waiting for the contact, and they've coughed the footy up, Richmond. Newman, another fumble. Oh, and cops a high one too. And not too happy with that, the Tigers.
50. Don't give it to me, got to give it to him.
Oh.
Now, what's the 50 for?
No, because the player gave it back. Collingwood player gave it back to the umpire instead of giving it to Chris Newman. So, I mean, that's pretty standard. You've got to give it back to the player with the free kick.
Was Newman up on the turf by that stage? Up off the turf?
I think he was. Well, good question.
Wood was the man that was involved in the contact.
Wouldn't have happened if he hadn't overrun it.
Now, well, hang on. Newman was on the ground, so he gave it back to the umpire because Newman hadn't even got up off the turf. And he's missed. Anyway.
Technically, the umpire was right. Couldn't he have seen past that in the spirit of the game? Which comes first for an umpire? Technicalities or spirit?
Oh, the technicalities.
Heath Shaw from fullback. Oh, gee, that's a helicopter. Well done by King. Cousins had to reach for it, but gathers now. Can he find a target inside attacking 50? Well done. Brown read it brilliantly. Now he's called to play on. So chance for Bowden over the top. McMahon, his slot. Oh, gee, that's not a great kick. Brown, Nathan Brown was taken high initially, I thought. No free kick. Oh, he's been pinned.
Go through, mate, go through. Thanks, mate.
Quite sure about how much prior opportunity you had there, but
No
a free
touches
kick
for Brown either yet, Michael.
to Didak. Across the ground to Medhurst. No one really breaking except for Wellingham. He kicks beyond that towards Dick. Well played there by Cousins. Oh, good pick up by Pendlebury. That was superb stuff. Off to Thomas. Collingwood need to attack for the first time in the quarter. Cloak. Oh, good mark. Strength. Now Anthony wants it deep. He's got Thursfield on toast here. Couldn't take the mark. Did all the hard work. Oh, almost threw that out. Vickery. Deledio. Close quarters to Newman. Oh, gee, that's a setup. And no prior opportunity there. Malcolm, the umpire, makes the right decision. A bounce 20 metres from Collingwood's goal.
Right.
Look at this pick-up, Malcolm.
Yeah, it's made beautiful.
How good's that?
Yeah. Just lovely. Handballing blokes flat-footed in any era of football has been fraught with danger.
Newman under pressure. Scrubs the kick in the Cousins direction. Rance took a dive. Picked up by Johnson. Over to Shaw. Well done, King. Lost a handle on it, though.
Look at the numbers. 4 on 1 against him.
Yep. Dick to Didak. Shrugs the tackle. Loads up on that famous left. Crossed the face of goal and sneaked home for a point.
Oh. Hello. We've got a free Collingwood Richmond player from the kickoff.
In fact, a couple of them. Newman takes the mark. Polo there, just cruising past. Good kick. Mark taken by King. Jake King.
Still not flowing freely, though, is it, Malcolm?
No.
It's stagnant.
His kick is a beauty. Oh, dear me. Maxwell just letting Polo know all about it.
Don't go in there.
And we'll get a boundary throw in on centre wing. Gee, it was a beautiful kick from King.
You wonder how, don't you? All that time and effort at training, and you do that.
Wood. Ben Johnson. Tracks it back. It's got plenty of time. Gets a good shepherd and then kicks towards Cloak. Rance does well this time. King mops up. Polo accepts the disposal from King effectively this time. Now McGuan on centre wing. Rance back to McGuan. Oh, gee, breaks the Swan tackle. Links up with Bowden. A little fumble. Wellingham. Swan. Wellingham back to Medhurst. Now, can he find a target? He can in Thomas in the corridor. Running for him is Anthony. He ignores that and really just waits for the right option. And that's to Swan. Now Lee Brown at centre half back.
So, Malcolm, if you're a Richmond fan, you'd be feeling decidedly ill right at the moment. It's a pretty poor effort, isn't it, at the moment?
It is. Can't say anything else but.
Just basic skill errors as Collingwood work it to midfield. Kick to half forward. Mark taken by Tuvey.
And one of the things that Jade Rawlings said last week about the culture of the club is that they go back into their shell and self-preservation comes involved.
Cloak out muscles Rance.
So what you actually do, you start playing safe, and safe is not, this game is not a game where you can play safe in.
But the basic skill errors, it's like the Richmond of 5 years ago, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, it's an interesting word, that culture, isn't it?
Cloak, difficult shot at goal. Oh, it's a beautiful effort. Oh, it's a wonderful kick. That's a cracking goal from Cloak. 2 goals to that man, and Collingwood lead by 43. 8-9 plays 2-2.
Gee, you won't see a lot of better kicks than this.
Just out-muscled Rance there, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's where once you've got to keep leaning as a defender, don't you? Keep leaning, put your body on. Don't go for the footy.
Well, it's a matter of protecting the space of where the ball's going to land. Travis Cloak kicks his 2nd goal of the afternoon, a beauty from close to the boundary line, and he's happy with it too. So,
I got it.
So back in the centre, Wood, shark by tackle, good tackle coming now. Spills to O'Brien. Wellingham has been very busy.
It's been good.
Ben Johnson back to Wellingham. Oh gee, this is ambitious, but he gets away with it to Beams. Ben Johnson on his favoured left boot, kicks towards half forward. Well done, Dawes. That was brilliantly controlled off to Anthony. He was immediately tackled. Dick does well. Wood back to Dick, 40 metres from goal towards the goal square. It bounces through for a goal. Can you believe it? Brad Dick with his first of the afternoon, and Collingwood, Malcolm, have got 8 goal kickers already in the game.
They have.
It's on here, boys. Jake King's just got himself involved with Alan Didak. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, there's been an incident during that goal. Jake King's put down Didak, has he, Andrew?
Yeah, mate. It looked to be a punch to the guts. There was certainly contact made to the midriff of Alan Didak from Jake King, and the Collingwood players came from everywhere. As soon as Didak went down, you can see him still on his haunches. It wasn't good. It was a long way off the footy, and
it's been a report. King's been reported. Well, we said this is going to happen before the game. We expected a bit of a war, and Didak's got the free kick for an incident which Jake King has had his number taken. Now, let's see if we can find it. So here's the aftermath. So we missed the actual punch.
Yeah, it had happened just before that. Obviously, Brad Dick saw it straight away and went in to remonstrate, and Didak stayed down on his knee and was bent over for quite some time. So it was forceful contact to the mid-region of Alan Didak.
Well, we've got the cameras, plenty of cameras around there, so we're still having a look to see if we can find it as Didak plays on. Jake King runs him down. That was a good effort. And they're in on top of him. He should be. That should be a free kick to Jake King. They're into Jake King. That should be a free kick, umpire. Now, you've got to be consistent. Now, that's poor umpiring. That was a free kick to Jake King. And now it's on. This match is degenerating. And it is on for young and old at the MCG. There is little spot fires everywhere. That should have been a free kick to Jake King, and that would have broken it up.
I have not seen this for quite a while.
Reversal. You had the free kick and you held him high. Your free kick.
Well, you can't have 4 players jumping on top. I know Jake King did the wrong thing as reported, but you can't have 4 Collingwood players jumping on top of him.
Is that
Play continues.
Is that what you call a gang tackle? Beams. Prestige Koma to Swan. No, Bree. I wonder when this will fire the Tigers up. Haven't seen that for a long time, Malcolm.
That was genuine, unmitigated anger.
We'll get another look at it in just a moment, but the tackle on King, they came from everywhere as Pendlebury marks at half back. We'll just wait for a pause in play. Cameron Wood.
One of the things the Collingwood players don't want to do, they've got September action coming. You've got to somehow or other keep this under check. You know, you're going to have to cop one if you're a Collingwood player, if Richmond want to go on with this.
O'Brien to half forward. Well done by Bowden. Boundary throw-in.
I'm not defending Jake King for one moment.
Here's the tackle. Now, here's Dodek running around. Now, have a look at this. King's got the ball. Lockyer first.
Now, that's a free kick.
Brown, Swan.
And you know, I'm not defending Jake King. What he did was wrong, but the umpire's got to be consistent.
Sure. He's been good, Willingham. Michael, he's contributed.
Yeah.
Shown some cool too. It was on, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean, I know that not that long ago there might have been some real punches thrown in that. It's a bit different now, but that was pretty good.
While all that's going on, Collingwood had the ball at half-back. Tuvey over to Brown. That's good stuff from Hislop. I think it was on the bottom of that. Put his body on the line. Now's the time to be courageous, and by being courageous I mean putting your head over the footy. It's a hot football at the moment, and Dawes has got it at half-back. To half forward. Tuvey. Good kick on the left towards Anthony. Good score from Thursfield.
Quarters, you saw Richie Vandenberg do stuff like this for Hawthorn in that infamous line in the sand game. And don't you wonder whether Jake King's just decided to take a little bit of responsibility upon himself to do something about this today?
Yes and no. I mean, you don't want to hit a bloke. It looks like hitting a bloke off the ball. There's nothing brave about that. If that's what happened.
Copeland cop Beams a beauty. Beams, speaking of him, gives it to Dawes, who sets sail from outside 50, missing to the left.
But if you're going to do something and fly the flag, you do it while players on, not as the umpires obviously will allege on Monday that there was a punch behind play. Makes at least for an interesting second half, Malcolm, after we thought it might be a little bit bland.
Yeah, that was... shouldn't say exciting, but it was. You had it?
Good mark to Tambling. Well, tackled turned it over. O'Brien. Lockyer couldn't control it. Had a bit too much on it. Tambling again. Now Nahas. An advantage called this time by the umpires. Nahas runs to centre wing. Kicks towards half forward. Effective. Nathan Brown. Haven't seen too much of him yet. Kicks towards forward. Oh, Brown fell over. So did Revolt. Just for a second lost his feet. Ball will trickle over. So... can't take a trick at the moment, the Tigers.
No, and I just feel for the moment for Morton and Rebold, the two young Richmond forwards, they really haven't had a lot of chances to get goals or even kicks.
He's short. Good tackle by Deledio, but O'Brien in the way. Collingwood got a lot of numbers back. O'Brien, Maxwell, now Swan. Has to handball, no one to kick to. Beams, O'Brien need to think their way through here. Good run from Swan. He's got it at half back. Oh! Cleaned up by Hislop and down the field. I think he just pulled back a little bit.
Just as well he did too.
Could have put him in hospital, but decided just to pull up, I reckon, but it was late, and I think that's what the umpire saw. He was in the motion of kicking, and
wasn't too bad, I didn't think.
He did pull up, no doubt. And the short kick comes to Wellingham.
Little short one to Cloak.
Ooh.
50 metres.
He only said it once, though. He said it once.
I think he said it a couple of times.
Off the ball, by the way, boys. King and Didak going at it again.
Oh, I think that's unfair.
He said it twice.
You think? I only heard once. I might be wrong, Michael. I thought that was really, really... I reckon he tried to spoil too aggressively, and the umpire... Oh, look at this.
Time off.
Well, we predicted a bit of a war, and that's what we're getting. Cloak has missed badly, and McGuan lets him know all about it.
Oh, so he had some feeling coming here.
We've woken from our slumber.
It is an amazing game, isn't it, footy? Because, I mean, they are young men. They are trying to achieve. And sometimes you actually don't like getting your pants pulled down. That is getting beaten.
McMahon, oh gee, not a bad kick. Players weren't looking. Pendlebury tries to shovel it forward. Gee, it's a hot footy, all right. Newman, Tuck, Jackson now clears the congestion towards the wing. Shaw needs support, gets it from Prestigiacomo. He's got O'Brien in the centre circle, and Collingwood can mount another attack. Little fumble, but it's okay. Wellingham, oh, that wasn't a great kick. Now a chance. Didek hits the ball hard. In fact, pops his opponent too hard. And advantage paid. Now King into the path of Revolt. 60 from goal. Not too much to go to. Kicks beautifully to Nahas. That was superb. Nahas can kick a goal for the Tigers. That was a great kick from Revolt. He had 2-on-2 ahead of him as you watch it again, and he just sized up the situation. And beautiful kick to Nahas, who didn't have to break stride, and kicks Richmond's third goal.
Now, Alan Didek's got to be careful. Head over the ball. Now, he made contact with the back, so I think he's okay there, but just be careful, Alan Didek. You've got September to think about.
It was more of a lean than
Yeah, he made contact with the back by looks things, so he's okay, but gee, be careful. We want to see in September as Richmond go back into attack. Brown's there, O'Brien over the top of him, Bowden in there having a crack. Prestigiacomo, ineffective kick. Brown can't get a shot at goal. Nahas has a ping and kicks a point.
You know what I'd do with Didek now? I'd put him at full forward. Just see how King goes at full back. Clear it all out. Just put him down there. Call him off.
Well, 2-1 in favour of the Magpies in this quarter. So Richmond certainly, since that altercation, I'll call it, and have certainly lifted their intensity.
That's
Free kick to Didek against King, and Didek just letting him know.
So say that's in the goal square. You'd have to take King off him in the end, because Didek could be too clever. I'd put him at full forward right now.
Well, that's just stupid play from Jake King.
Yeah, but he's going to do the same in the goal square. They're goals then.
Beautiful kick from Didek, finds Lockyer. He marks on centre wing. Kick towards half forward. Cloak wrestling with McGuire, too strong. Now he's got a player across the ground, Wood, against Vickery. Wood does well and marks 52 from goal. So Cameron Wood was outstanding last week, probably his best game for the club against the Adelaide Crows in the absence of Josh Fraser. Now he handballs back to Cloak, who kicks into the pocket. Davis, oh gee, dropped a simple mark. Chance now for McMahon. And now it's relayed down the ground against Davis, I think. And it's got to come back. And it's taken by Coughlin. Off to McMahon. Across the ground. Didek will be in this contest. He does well to knock it to the front of the pack to Medhurst, who couldn't quite get it back to Didek. Didek now, little toe poke inside attacking 50. Well done, Beams, had his head over the footy. Ben Johnson, clever from Johnson from 30. Wheels onto the left boot and kicks a wonderful goal. Jackson and Didek. Didek, little toe poke here, and look at this work here from Beams.
That's great.
Put his head over the ball, and Johnson was superb there.
Didek has a break, so does Jake King. It's all Collingwood on the scoreboard. They lead by 50 points.
What would Jade Rawlings be saying to Jake King there, Malcolm?
Probably a bad marking attempt out here that created that goal from the kick out. You know, that point from Richmond.
Yep. Is that all?
I think the rest are probably okay.
I mean, what he's saying, mate, at least you had a go.
No, because that was stupid attempt to mark.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Well, you asked me what I thought he was saying, not what you thought he was saying.
No, I'm just saying he might have added that.
Little soccer off the ground by Swan. Can't quite pick it up. There's an opportunity for Rance. Off to Coughlin. And that's beautifully done by Shaw. Just the subtle nudge on Brown, put him off balance. And Shaw takes a strong mark at halfback.
Geez, that was better, wasn't it? No hands. See the difference? Yeah, that was good.
Kick to the wing, Thomas flies. Wellingham.
Oh, well done.
Won the good ball there. Off to O'Brien. Now pumps it long to the 50. Cloak from the side can't get into the contest. Off hands. Newman. To Tambling, to Deledio. Now he's got a paddock here. He can have about 4 or 5 bounces if he wants. Oh, he went without it. Oh no, disaster. Wellingham wins it back for the Pies. And that is a clanger if ever I've seen one. Shaw to half forward, spots up Lockyer. Off to Anthony. Little left footer inside 50 is marked by Beams. And that sums up Richmond's day.
Well, what it also sums up is, hey, I think we've all done that in our life. That doesn't bother me, that. Beams and Wellingham. Beams has had 14 touches, Wellingham 13. If you said at the start of the game who are going to be the midfielders who are getting hold of their ball, the half-backers or whatever, the 2 youngsters, they've been really good.
Willingham's been outstanding at half-back.
So is this lad. He's got plenty of it.
And he's got plenty on him. As he lines up, it's a difficult kick. He's made a pretty good fist of it. That's a beauty. Dane Beams gets a goal.
See, even that really smart from Wellingham. Didn't panic. Doesn't panic with the footy. He's getting the hang of this game. He's shown a little bit of promise. Been in and out a bit. Bit typical of a younger player, but he's been really good today.
Inside 50 count. Collingwood, they've won 25 of the last 31. So lopsided.
Fascinating down here, Chris. Didak was coming back on the ground, getting ready to come back on. He was baiting Jake King, as King sat on the interchange bench for Richmond. There's a fair bit going on even when they're sitting on the pine down here.
What was he saying, Andy?
Oh, just, you know, giving him a little kiss and a wink. It was just great stuff. But it's going on even when the footy's nowhere near them at the moment.
Collingwood work it out in the defence. Thanks, Andy, as Brown kicks wide to Lockyer at half-back. Duncan Lockyer out in front of Swan. We've got Polo to contend with. Polo did well initially, but Swan, superb. Not the greatest of kicks. Sets Anthony a task. He keeps the ball in front of him and protects it for Dick, but the Tigers have got the numbers. Little fumble from Tuck. Polo in all sorts of trouble. Kick forward by O'Brien. Oh, he got it back somehow. Wellingham. Thomas. Collingwood outnumbering Richmond at the contest. Wide to O'Brien. Short kick effective. Dick. He probed and kicked towards half forward. Newman. Will handball to himself. Do we count that? Jackson. Good tackle from Dick, but he gets it clear. Tuck. Couldn't get it clear. Edwards. Brilliantly tackled by Thomas. Deledio. And now Newman. And a bit. No. It's chopped off by Wellingham. He gets a second opportunity, and Shaw couldn't quite get there. Good commitment from Medhurst. Now an opportunity for Coughlin. Only gains about 10 metres. Tambling and Shaw, and again the numbers win out. Tuvey, Medhurst sweeps it inside to Maxwell. Back to Medhurst. Pendlebury. Johnson just off the bench. Looking for a way forward. Lockyer, Medhurst. And there's a loose player at half forward. Cameron Wood has got his name written all over it. No, says the umpire. Brad Dick, there's a spare player in the goal square. And Swan kicks the goal.
Oh, Chris, he couldn't have called it any better. He just unfolded beautifully. Oh, the pressure all the way down the ground. And they always seem to have one extra player. Nearly a mark to Wood. It was a pretty good effort. Good spell from Rance. Swan gets a lot of goals like that, doesn't he? Sneaks behind the defence somehow. Reads it beautifully.
Collingwood by 10 goals. Here's Didak after that goal. Just to Jake King saying, well done, mate. About the same size, about the same weight, Malcolm.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in the same division at least.
The soccer off the ground from Cousins is ineffective. Now Tuvey in heavy traffic. Got it out to Johnson, who weighed up the options and decides to go long inside 50. Spectacular fly was from Thursfield, who fisted it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be critical of what Collingwood are doing, but that kick should have gone to the goal square. From that clear out wide to a 50-50, I mean, really low percentage.
Wood fed it out.
Well done.
There's another crack at it. Couldn't quite get it to Swan. Now O'Brien, quick hands. Here's Didak. Hot on his heels is King. O'Brien to Swan. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Gets it back here. Onto the left boot. Into the goal square. And it's a point.
Quick kick comes in. No, taken by Deledio. Chips it over the top to Nahas, but he has got, there's no Richmond player in front of him, certainly in the forward 50, so he has to wait and kick across the ground to Graham. Cousins arches the back. Oh, he's in a pile of trouble here. Handball, coughs it up. Pendlebury, weight of numbers again. Wood. Ben Johnson, confronted by Morton, just brushes him aside and then kicks towards the targeting Swan, who marks 45 from goal on just a slight angle. Now he decides to kick to the goal square. Didak and a one-on-one with King. And what's the umpire going to do here? Free kick. Which way is it going? Didak's way. And don't the Collingwood fans love it?
As I said, I would have put him back there after the got hit. Here he is in the goal square. I mean,
There's the jumper. There's the jumper there.
It's a whole lot of difference. I mean, I reckon you can see if you can actually want to play the game.
I'm looking forward to the celebration after the goal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I'd leave him there. He kicked 10. Might kick 10.
Didak from 15 metres. There's a good look at it. He pops it through. Go to the Magpies, and their lead now is out to 69 points. Quite a remarkable first half, and Jake King with the job on Alan Didak. And if nothing else, Jake King has taken it up to Alan Didak. He's taken it up to Collingwood, and at least had a go.
Oh yeah, I don't. But he's not geared for full back, is he?
No.
I mean, if it's a position you really have to want to play and not be frightened. See, he was starting to feel for the body as soon as the ball was in the air. And at some of those positions, you just got to go for the ball. And technically, I mean, that's not where he plays.
Collingwood have kicked 13 goals, 11 individual goal kickers.
Yeah,
not even half time.
Right.
And it's been a long, long second quarter.
Yeah.
And they have just dominated Collingwood. Boy, are they looking good as we near the finals.
Oh, they needed this actually to get their percentage a little bit above the Bulldogs, no matter what happens there. So they're not quite, but almost guaranteed. With a big win here today, top 4 spot. It's a high prize.
Tarkin Lockyer kicks to the wing. Ball bounces over the head of Cloak, and McGuan attacking it was Polo. He has a bit of a wrestle with Cloak. Now Deledio into the middle. Big Graham against Little O'Brien. Who's going to win out? It'll be Collingwood with weight of numbers, or will it? Well done, the Tigers. Just held things up there, and they get the football back to the wing. Didak against King. Play on's the call. King strips Didak of the football. Well done, Jake King. And it's a free kick for holding the ball, and it's going against Joel Bowden, who's just struggling to come to terms with the pace of the game, I think, Malcolm, after a bit of a spell out.
We started at half forward, then went to full back on Anthony, so it was a pretty cool early.
Medhurst to Beams. Beams loads up and kicks a point.
Brad Dick was loose ahead of the play at the top of the goal square.
But I don't mind that, though. If you're balanced and you're 30 metres out, what do you think, Michael?
Well, it was a tight angle. Kick comes in to Deledio.
Sometimes you can't see it at ground level. You know, player gets in your sight. You know, We can see it probably easy from up here.
Oh, Darren Rule, no, got away with it, Deledio. Good pressure from Brad Dick Cousins. Back to Deledio. McGuan. Deledio under pressure, forced to kick the left boot. Hislop tries to crash through a couple, gets through one. Jackson. Tuvey, he kicked it straight into him. Now a chance for Dawes. He's well tackled by Jackson. Tuck now. Hurriedly towards half forward. In space. Morton and Wellingham come from different angles. Morton just overruns it, and Wellingham now is just mop up to O'Brien. Back to Wellingham. Got a loose player at half back. Good kick. Mark taken by Beams. The best of handballs, but it bounces okay for Heath Shaw, who tucks it under the arm and has a run. Couple of bounces. Links up with O'Brien, wants to give it back to Shaw and does. Now he just hoists it high towards the goal square. Wants a mark from Travis Cloak. Almost got it. At the 4, Anthony. Chance for revolt. Fighting hard, the Tigers, to kick the ball in. And right on the strike at half time they do, as Joe King was gunning from the ground.
Here we go.
Richmond free kick. It's a Richmond free kick. It's a Richmond free kick for a high tackle here. Hang on. Yeah.
Now,
Wait, just wait. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. I paid a free kick to you for a high tackle. Now what are you alleging? You're not alleging anything?
Now,
Okay.
I've got a feeling that Luke McGuan, he was holding his face with his hand and he was making some allegations, but when you could hear it clearly there, when he was asked by the umpire, he waved it away and said nothing. Interesting. It's half time at the MCG as we watch this again, this little incident. There's McGuan in the middle of it all. And his complaint is with Travis Cloak.
Well, what a second quarter, Malcolm.
What more can you say? Almost a replica of what happened.
That is Collingwood's best first half lead in a match for 14 years since 1995. And what a quarter as we go to the half-time break. It's the Magpies over the Tigers by 70 points. 1 week at a time. Again on Monday night, our special guest, Chris Newman from the Tigers.
Thanks, Andy. Here's Alan Didak with the centre of it in that second term. 13 disposals in the first half. His opponent, Jay King, having 9. But third quarter underway here at the MCG. Collingwood by 70 points. Wood to Davis. O'Brien just chips it wide to Ben Johnson, who marks just the defensive side of centre wing. Kicks it wide. Good fist from Thursfield. Jackson and Pendlebury at the 4. Pendlebury try to get it back. Anthony meets it hard. Keeps it in only as far as Newman, though, who shovels it back to Cousins. Kick around the body. Under pressure. Wellingham doesn't get a great bounce. And well done by Nahas. Thumps it forward. Gains 10 metres and a boundary thrown at half forward for the Tigers.
Michael, both Swan and Didak were back in the goal square then for them. So their tags are sitting full back and back pocket respectively. So I'll be interested to see what happens from here.
Ben Cousins with disposal number 15. That's a spectacular knock away from Shaw. Now Brown needs to lift. A very quiet afternoon to date. A bit of a stalemate here, so we'll have a bounce. Graham against Wood. Here's Beams having another really good afternoon. One of the Rising Star nominees for 2009. Backs himself, just gets boot to ball. It's okay. Ball spills free. Swan pounces. He tries to get it to Didak. He can't control it, and Richmond out of trouble here. Just Morton. Good kick to half back. Finds Tambling, who hands it off to Deledio. And Deledio misses the target. And it's all Collingwood here. Newman's got to beat about 3 of them. And not quite. As the ball is back in the arms of Tuvey. It's stripped out there by Tambling. O'Brien wraps him up. And a bounce.
Right ball.
What interesting, going into the final series, you end up with Didak and Swan in the full forward line. Be interesting all that, won't it? Has seen that unfold.
Pendlebury. Plucked out by Ben Johnson off to Wellingham. Now Thomas. Collingwood half back. Not too much to go to. So back with Wellingham. who kicks it inside the corridor. Good fist from Thursfield. Opportunity here for the Tigers. Bowden beautifully around Lee Brown and chips it forward, and good mark taken by Revolt. With the one hand, and he'll kick from 30 metres directly in front.
You're a good judge of football flesh. Nathan Brown's been a wonderful player. I want you to keep an eye on him in the next quarter a bit and just tell me whether he's still got something to offer in 2010.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it might be one he's asking himself too, Stephen. I'm very quiet today, but I mean, everyone's entitled to a quiet one.
So Jack Revolt from directly in front to kick Richmond's 4th goal, the first of the 3rd quarter. So not a great result. 3 goals, 4 now for Richmond.
Shaw to do the kicking in, and he finds Tuvey. No, he doesn't. Play on's the call. Collingwood get out of danger. Shaw to Pendlebury. Tuvey kicks to the wing. Beautiful kick to Lockyer, and Thomas is running along his side and receives the handball. Thomas kicks an inside outer. It's a clever little kick. Couldn't quite find Cloak. Didak will kick another one. When he was spot on, Malcolm saying Didak should go to the goal scorer and isolate Jake King, and he's making a meal of it up there. Jake King, he's just not capable of going with Didak in deep forward, is he?
No, it's a different position. You know, it's a different skill and it's a different quality. Really smart ones like Didak is, and Swan. I think Swans, I mean, I find it fascinating the way they play. That I can see him in September doing this.
Didak having a word to umpire James, and Malcolm, you're on the money again. Didak going into the goal square, and so hard to contain players, clever players like Alan Didak. Wood does well. Cousins can't get it clear. Lockyer. Well done, Beams has been outstanding today towards Cloak. Runs through a couple of wrappers and then kicks it wide towards Anthony, but the boundary line too close, half forward. Boundary throw in.
You know, I reflect on last year's grand final a bit, as we all do, and all those great days and the Hawks win. But Steve Johnson had nearly 40 possessions, but none of them in dangerous positions, you know. That you actually need some goal kickers as well, and often wonder about that. If he just could have played a quarter or 20 minutes up forward, what might have happened?
Chance for Lockyer. Try to slip it towards Swan. Rance. Pendlebury got the hands clear but couldn't quite find the target. I want to also ask about Anthony Rocker, who's playing in the VFL. Will he fit into this Collingwood side?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
It's a good question, Michael.
No. What they've done is over 3 months develop this pattern that they're playing. You know, they've won 10 out of their last 11 out of the 12 it's going to be. I wouldn't be changing it, I can assure you.
Swan, well done, King. Polo. Jackson hard up against the line at half-back, kicks towards half-forward. Shaw is so good one-on-one. He's an outstanding player, Heath Shaw.
Would you have him in, Michael?
Oh, look, I think there's, if he can put himself in contention by playing well, kicking goals, I think as a pinch hit forward, I think he can add some value. But I think the other dilemma Collingwood have got is when Josh Fraser's ready to come back, probably next week, what do they do with Cameron Wood?
Exactly.
O'Brien at half-back. Not a great handball. Prestigiacomo's got some time and puts the foot down. Kicks it wide. Nahas and Wellingham. This will be an interesting battle. Plenty of speed between these two. Well done, Nahas. Tuck. Well done, Richmond. They got numbers across to the contest, which hasn't been happening a lot today. Jackson back to Tuck. Over the top. Well, Cousins was under the pump. Shouldn't have gone to him. And a boundary thrown on centre wing. So a 0-0 draw there.
Yeah, have a look at this mark from Shaw. Once again, it was more a nudge than the push in the back. Terrific hands. Following up the rock a bit, strategically, you play this way for 3 months, and I'll just let this unfold and we'll get back to it.
Edwards is away for the Tigers. Handballs off to Deledio, who we know is a thumping kick, and on the run. That is magnificent. Great goal from Brett Deledio. And nicely done from Titch Edwards also.
He's a wonderful finisher, isn't he, Brett Deledio?
Going full tilt too, isn't he?
Kicked it about 65 metres.
Lovely play, this, wasn't it?
Good acceleration from Edwards. Nice little balk. And running hard at the defence, Malcolm.
That's the sweetest bit of play all day.
So back in the centre, Graham wins it down. Jackson, well done Edwards again. Off to Graham, he's tackled immediately. Although gets it to Nathan Brown. Tuck, and the Tigers go forward, although high kick. Sitting underneath it, Shaw's got to sit and wait. Was held, couldn't, and didn't get a free kick. Lee Brown's got it, going nowhere, so a bounce 55 metres from Richmond's goal. The Richmond bench.
Right, I'm just having a look at Nathan Brown at the back there, just standing off 10 metres off the pack, trying to play in front of his man, and it's not going to be in this time.
Well done, Beams, into the path of Lockyer, who got an accommodating bounce on the outside of the boot. He wobbles it towards half forward. 3-on-3 here, and McGuan does well, reads it best. Oh, then sold himself into some trouble. Now he's putting Morton under the pump. Oh, should have got a free kick, and 50 metres was Thomas kicked it away. It was legged. And no 50.
No, I agree with that. It was almost simultaneous, wasn't it?
No. I don't see it paid. King now to centre half back to Jackson. Across the ground, Morton from half back. Oh, not the greatest of kicks. Vickery does well, gathers. Well played by Tyrone Vickery from the wing. And a nice kick. Nathan Brown on the burst. The left boot. Oh, I'm not quite sure about that. 2-on-2 in the goal square. Lee Brown. Oh, missed everything. Chance for Hislop. Just needs to gather. He doesn't even bother with that. Kicks a goal out of midair. 2 in a row for the Tigers. And Malcolm, elementary defensive error made there.
Here's Brown. I mean, he looked quite free enough there, didn't he? Got to the front and one-on-one. I mean, you just... I seriously don't know why you don't do it more often. It's a pretty smart play, that, to just find the boot. One of the reasons why here's Lee Brown, he just misses this, and that's what happens. Get behind your defender, you deserve what you get. He's the bloke, I think, that why Rocker can't come back in, and I've got back to it. Brown's more adaptable.
Yeah.
Bit of soccer play by Wood. It's an effective kick too, deep inside 50. Out spills free. Collingwood have the numbers. It's slapped out by Dick to Thomas. He lost a handle on it. Deledio. Richmond defenders under the pump here. McGuan packs himself, gets it to Deledio. Handball went straight to Thomas in the direction of Beams. Kept the footy alive. Nahas. Hot handball for Tambling. Now Leon Davis to Medhurst. Weighs up his options. Goes for home and kicks a point.
Tambling, terrible news for the Tigers here. Tambling looks like he's popped a shoulder, boys, and coming off in a great deal of pain.
Shit. Thanks, Andy. Doesn't look good for Richie Tambling there as Rance from half back. Kick from Bowden. Wasn't the best of kicks. Collingwood have got the numbers. Lee Brown couldn't quite gather. Revolt. Little chip forward of the play. Brown and Maxwell. Maxwell, little handball to his own advantage, and then the ball trickles over. So a boundary throw in the forward pocket. And let's look at the injury to Richard Tambling.
There's been a few of these lately, hasn't there? Just little pops to the shoulder.
Gee, you didn't see much in it, did you?
Why just hit him on the top of it? You know, you get that stinger on the top of the bone there. Is that called the clavicle, or I make that up?
Oh no, you're going into territory that I'm not an expert in, Malcolm.
Okay, I've just heard that word before. It's right on the top bone, you know. You just get a whack there and it goes dead for a while. Oh, Michael, you were doing it to other players. I know you never got one.
Cavicula. We're just guessing, Malcolm. No
Starts
idea.
with C.
Yeah, we agree on that.
Bowden kicks to the hot spot. Jake King, his hands in the back, a hole, whatever you like. It's against Richmond. And against Jake King.
Stay out.
5 free kicks against for Jake King this afternoon, and he's had his number taken for an off-the-ball incident with Alan Didak.
Davis, just his 7th disposal of the match. Been pretty quiet today, Leon Davis. Back to O'Brien. Prestigiacomo wants to get on with it quickly and does. Pendlebury got a runner inside. Oh, ambitious handball into the direction of Swan. He gathers, beams. Too wide for Pendlebury, so just fiddling a bit at the moment, Collingwood. Pendlebury now going in the right direction at least. Beautiful kick to Dick, who drops a mark. Feeds it back. Lee Brown. And advantage paid. Kick towards congested forward 50 at the back. Oh, Davis, that was absolutely superb. The old-fashioned roving front and centre, and the pickup was just brilliant from Leon Davis. And that's the incident, and the free kick paid to Dick, who wasn't too happy with Hislop. And look at this, Malcolm.
Yeah, I'll just... He's good at that as anyone, isn't he, at the moment?
Leon Davis gets his second. Watch this for a piece of classical roving.
Gee.
Beautiful stuff. Down to Andy Marr.
Yeah, you talk about Nathan Brown before quarters with Blighty, and he's just come to the bench and sat straight down, hasn't done the walk-arounds or the walk-throughs. You read too much into body language sometimes, but gee, looks a shattered footballer at the moment, Nathan Brown.
Collingwood win the clearance again. Pendlebury to Swan, back to Pendlebury, and that's a beautiful kick to Anthony. That's really good mark. So hands out in front of his face, Malcolm.
Yeah,
that's copybook stuff, isn't it? We often criticise forwards for trying to mark on their chest and the defender giving the opportunity for the defender to affect the spoil, but that was fantastic. Look at the hands straight out in front of his face.
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
So big Jack Anthony. Yes, kick 1 goal, 2, all in the first quarter. That's a good kick. It's a goal. That's his second. And the margin back out to 76 points.
You don't believe how hard that is too. Great pressure from Thursfield. Tried everything. That's what he should kick like. I know he's a beautiful kick normally. He's missed too early today that he doesn't. And he didn't kick anywhere near like that, did he? Kick it over the goal umpire's head, but kick it 85% is what you can every time.
Two goals to Jack Anthony, and that was a beauty from outside 50. Missed a couple of easy opportunities in the first quarter, but the margin now out to 76 points. Wood towards O'Brien. Tuck, little give is okay. Coughlin. Well done, Cousins. Attacked it hard, so did Tuck. Lockyer, though, off to Shaw. Wide to Cameron Wood, who just gets better and better with each game he plays. Handball inside to Tuvey. Sweeps it wide. O'Brien. Richmond have got numbers back, so not too much on down the ground as Wood finds Ben Johnson, who drifts into space. Can he find a target? He kicks towards a central location. Dawes, good spoil coming from Morton. Play on the court. Edwards shakes the beams tackle. And the Tigers now with an opportunity. Short kick is marked by King. And the mark taken by Bowden at a half-back. Good hard running by Cousins. Wants to give it back to Bowden, who can stand and deliver from centre wing. He does well and finds Jackson.
Wood, 14 disposals for Collingwood, Malcolm. He's 2 ruck opponents today. Graham and Vickery, 7 between them. How are we reading Wood's game?
No, very good. He's been good last couple of weeks. He's been really good. And what he is competent with his kick. That's what I like.
Chain of handballs ends up with Thomas, who drills it long. Cloak's got the set. Beautiful kick. Just perfectly weighted. And Cloak will go back and kick his 3rd goal for the afternoon.
How's Alan Didak here? Watch this. Jump in the air and give it before you hit the ground.
And the kick from Thomas, as you mentioned, Quarters, was an absolute ripper.
You know, Alan Didak, that reminds me of kids playing in the backyard. That's all the things you did as a kid, wasn't it? He's still doing them.
Oh, no. line out for the footy record. Can't believe he missed that. That is a shocking kick.
Here it is again, Didak. Have a look at this. That's 2 today. Something like that.
Well, chalk that one down. That's a bad miss. Yeah, it's the Magpies, though, by plenty. 77 points to be precise.
Remember, this all started with Richmond having trouble with the kickoff early in that second quarter.
Newman to himself,
quarter, I should say.
Straight down the middle. Edwards can't control it. Well done, Dawes. Little give to Beams, who tried to get it towards Davis, but McGuan did well to intercept, and now the Tigers a chance. McGuan running hard. Good chase from Davis, but the kick wasn't great. Well, Lee Brown dropped the mark he should have taken. What will he go here? Across the ground. Yeah, it's okay. Shaw in the back pocket all by himself. He's got O'Brien loose at half-back. Had to sit and wait, but he gets support. The run from behind provided by Ben Johnson, who casually steps around Bowden, then drives it long towards half-forward. Cloak at the back, in front. Good, strong mark taken by Dane Swan.
He's a beauty. Love the blokes that can mark.
He had a quiet start, Malcolm, but he's up to 21 disposals.
Yeah.
Kicks into the pocket all by himself, Paul Medhurst, and he kicks it out on the full. So a free kick to the Tigers in the back pocket.
Oh, it was a little nudge, perhaps there. Yep. Oh.
Shame, thank you.
McGuan in the back pocket. Kicks to Hislop. A lot on offer, so he goes short and sideways. Oh no, McGuan, that's deliberate.
Yeah.
It's got to be deliberate. Or is he under pressure? No, that pass ruled he was under pressure, so fair enough. Yeah. Ooh. No, well, he was under pressure. Here's a replay. And that is the rule. If you're under pressure, I tell you what, it was a line ball, but he was under pressure with O'Brien swooping, but that was ugly.
McMahon now from fullback.
Well, I think that's the closest one I've seen this year.
It was a line ball, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick towards half-back. Gee, that's a good mark. Taken by Coughlin. He's got Graham short. Looked at him and thought, no, I won't kick it to you. And just forced to kick along the line and hope that someone might take a mark. Beams almost. Shaw. Collingwood will sweep it away. O'Brien and Thomas are loose in the middle. O'Brien. Now he wants to get it onto Thomas. Now he does. He's got it on centre wing. Anthony leads for him. He goes shorter than that. Gee, strong hands from Wellingham, who just hit the ground running, if you don't mind, towards full forward, and Anthony marks it this time. And Sherrod Wellingham into the side today, and just with a little problem there. Let's hope he's okay.
This might have been a bit of cramp. He's played very well and covered some ground.
And Anthony kicks the goal. Margin now out to 84 points. John Anthony has kicked 3 goals too. And the thing that impresses me, that now
Hopefully it's just a...
Yeah, hopefully it's just a cramp. The thing that impresses me about Wellingham is that his intent to play on every time. He's happy to take them on, which I reckon is a fantastic attribute to have.
He's playing for September too, I reckon.
Three goals to John Anthony. Have a look at this twice today, Alan Didak.
It's quite an unusual play. To release the ball before getting balance is quite clever. Kick it. Oh.
Speaking of the devil, there's Didak again to Swan. Good handball too. Over to O'Brien. He's stripped of it. Richmond get it back, but not for long. Dale Thomas kicks to Pendlebury. Short one to Medhurst. This is a training drill for Collingwood.
Yeah.
Just playing at will. Delidio in the back pocket. He's going to have to be clean here. And he kicks to Graham. It has been a very depressing day if you're a Richmond fan. Absolutely nothing to cheer about. Joel Bowden's final game. O'Brien loads up. He might join the party, and he does. Another goal at Collingwood. The Magpies now have a dozen goal kickers.
Gee, that was a fair roost too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good call, Stephen. Join the party. He did, didn't he? He just summed it up beautifully, didn't he? He said, well, hang on. And the goal umpire got a very, very, very stiff neck, watching it sail over his head.
It's a procession for them here at the MCG. Harry O'Brien loved every second of that. This was the incident that caused a little bit of concern with Sharon Welling. It popped up from that ball gather and felt for the left hamstring. He's on the interchange bench now. It did appear just to be a little bit of cramp. There doesn't appear to be any serious hamstring damage to him at this stage.
Thanks, Andy. And it would tend to be right, Malcolm, because he wasn't extended or running hard and was stretching it when he actually grabbed for it. So thanks, Andy. Now a chance for Wood. Beautiful tap to Didac. Pendlebury. Didac with the outside of the boot towards full forward. Davis at the bat. In front O'Brien. Charging hard at it. Davis somehow clever to Didac. Trying to get it towards Dawes. Couldn't. And Richmond now can relieve the pressure through Morton. Kick into the path of Cousins. And Ben Cousins is away. Great chase from Tuvey, but Cousins did well. Off to Bowden. The kick is a little bit too high for Graham. Ball to the back. Maxwell needs to be clean here, and he taps it through for a behind to the Tigers.
Maxwell to bring it back in. There's a long option looking for Pendlebury. Knocked away from him by Nahas. Cousins back to Nahas. From right on the 50. Has a shot at goal. And it's a good kick too. Nahas gets his second.
Puts the kick out and does really well coming back through the fist in, which I agree with. If you're not sure what's behind you, give it a whack. And got paid for a really courageous act from a very small guy. Mick, not all that happy, but it's been a pretty good day at the office for him.
It's got a bit of room to move.
I must say, with looking at coaches, you know, when you're 29 million goals up.
Now look at that, Malcolm.
Yeah,
Magpies percentage up to 123. They've gained 5 percentage points today, above now the Bulldogs.
Yep, very important. Good old-fashioned flogging.
Cloak does well to Wood. His handball not great. Ben Johnson makes it look okay as he bursts away. Kick into the direction of Dawes. Little handball to his own advantage, if you don't mind, by the big boy. Now he's under pressure and will be pinged because didn't dispose of it effectively. Morton, great chase from Dick, and he just got the handball away to Deledio. Love the tackling pressure of Brad Dick. Kick inside the corridor. Vickery and Anthony. Anthony does it well. Wood, O'Brien, and again the numbers. Beams high towards full forward. Dawes, Davis off hands, had to step over a couple of bodies off the Medhurst. Back to Davis. Oh, kick it. Handball into the pocket. Dick can turn around with the left boot and kick a goal. Two goals to Brad Dick, and the Collingwood lead back to 89 points.
Could I say something here? I mean, it's wonderful build-up and team play, but Brad Dick last week did the same thing. He kicks very low round the corner. He's had 2 bounce through virtually today. Come September and final, you're going to need to kick them higher than that because the St Kilda players are going to be taller. So are the Geelong players. He's got to learn to kick it up more.
Dick kicks his second for the afternoon. It's the Magpies by 89 points. There's Richard Tambling.
Strapped up that shoulder quarters. He does appear to be okay now.
Back in the middle. Another clearance for Collingwood.
Gee, they're wasteful. Try getting perfect handballs out of the centre. Now, if that's St Kilda, they're going to squash them. And I think, you know, I know they're quite comfortable today, but you've got to start playing like it's going to be September. I reckon. Get ready for yourself.
Gee, they're in front by 89.
Yeah, but that was a quick kick forward. 1-on-1. Oh. Can't be pretty all the time.
Nick Maxwell at half-back. Handballs to Thomas, who's had plenty of it in this third quarter. Off to Shaw. He goes for a dash. 3 bounces. And then kicks to Dawes. But I guess if Rocker's coming back in, Michael, he's the man, I guess, will be under pressure.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I think the value of Rocker on a pinch hit basis.
Good kick from Medhurst to Cloak.
Just an extra dimension in this Collingwood attack. Be valuable.
Yeah, it just depends on his form. I mean, yeah, he's got to look sprightly, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, I agree with all that.
Because Dawes can actually still get round the ground.
And apply some pressure on the way out, which is important.
Yeah.
So Travis Cloak missed an absolute pud about 10 minutes ago from the goal square. Much better distance for him from here when he has to kick through the ball. And he's got 2 goals, 2 for the afternoon.
You don't believe it, boys. Jay King and Alan Dyke have just come back onto the ground together, and they are at each other straight away.
Oh, dear. So the Tigers bring it in again. McMahon from half-back to the wing. Not a great kick, O'Brien. Plenty of time to gather. Chip it wide. Prestigiacomo was taken high. You get the free kick. We saw Presti play it forward late in the game against Brisbane. Take a few marks. Didn't kick a goal, but looking to sneak up there again by the look of it. O'Brien combining with Didak. Back to Presti. Off to O'Brien. Drives it deep inside attacking 50. Oh, Anthony, that's an amazing mark. He had a couple to beat. Kept focus on the ball and juggled it to his own advantage. And he has been very impressive this afternoon, Jack Anthony. 6 marks, 13 disposals. Should have 5 goals. And that was the hit by Hislop. Little cheapie. Look at this mark under pressure. Gee.
It's 192 centimetres too. I mean, he's tall enough to play there, isn't he? I mean, he's a bit deceptive in the way he plays. He's actually probably tall enough to play key, and he's been doing it for a while.
So Anthony, right on 3/4 time. Oh, he misses. So disappointment there. If he had kicked that, Malcolm, would have been the biggest 3/4 time lead that Collingwood have had since 1979. 30 years. Oh, Newman slipped over, got to his feet without any problems. Just for a moment, I thought it was a disastrous situation.
That was a very good stat there, Michael. I remember 1979 very well.
Next, play on.
Cross to Morton. Oh, gee, well done, Tuvey. Now a chance for Davis. Davis and Morton. Davis. Oh, that was sensational from Davis. And right on 3/4 time, he kicks another one. Goal to Collingwood. And the margin now, Malcolm, 97 points. And Leon Davis hasn't had a lot of it today, but what he's done has been brilliant.
Has it ever? Well, we have this little fracas again. So that's our greatest lead since 1979. Wow, how about that?
Quite amazing. And again, there's a bit of niggle in the game. 97 points, the margin at 3/4 time. And this is Didak and King. Didak just letting him know that he was there. Oh, dear, it's been 2-man war all afternoon, and this is the goal. Look at the control, Malcolm. The control is just superb, and a wonderful finish to cap it off. Fantastic performance. 97 points the margin as we head to the grand final. Okay, final quarter underway. Collingwood by 97 points. King, whoa, absolutely poleaxed by Didak.
Let him up, please.
I think that's probably right, but when you look at the scoreboard, I mean,
Cheers, Leo.
providing he wasn't making excuses for the midfield group or the big fellas or whatever, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We all know that. But when you're 100 points down, it's a bit late, isn't it?
So handball off to Joel Bowden in his final game for the Tigers. Effective kick, and Revolt's got the footy at half back.
It's good. I'd like to see him at the back. Just
not a great kick. In fact, I reckon McGuan ran underneath it. Swan was taken a little high. No free kick. Then pushed in the back. No.
Made an attempt to get it out.
Made an attempt, says the umpire. So a bounce on centre wing.
Michael, I like this. Revolt's gone to the back. We know he kicked 6 a few weeks ago. He's been starved today, no matter what happens. So it's just going to have a look at him up in the back line, which I think is good.
Thomas, slick hands to Didak on his non-preferred. Makes a good fist of it too. Delidio nudged under the ball. Has another crack at it. Well done, Delidio. Oh, ball though intercepted. Here's a goal coming up. Leon Davis. Oh, he's mucked up the bounce, but he has time to recover. And in the end, kicks the goal for Collingwood. Four goals to Leon Davis, and he was having a quiet day. Who's the mug that said he was going very quietly early in the third quarter?
Well, that was me. I said he'd been quiet more
now he's
than normal.
got 4 goals.
Yeah, 4's okay. I don't think I've seen a player that kicks around the corner more than this guy, but is good at it.
Well, Leon Davis, 4 goals, 1 from 13 disposals, and a wry smile there.
That's the ton up.
103 points the advantage. Wood. Chance for Rance. Gave it straight to Delidio. Was under the pump.
I'll just give up.
Morton.
Kick it.
Graham. Tuck. King. Now he's got an opportunity from outside 50. Jake King sets sail and misses to the left.
I'm saying it's starting to sound like most supporters. Kick it, kick it. But, I mean, it is. Once you get running towards goal and straight, why would you want to handball off? Uh-oh, got me.
Nahas got pushed in the back.
Nick, give it straight back. On. Play off.
Well, he's been one of the finds, one of the bright spots for the Tigers this year. There's Robin Nahas. He kicks a big fly by Delidio. And we'll have a bounce 15 metres out from Richmond's goal.
I know right now this looks like a basket case, but I mean, for whatever reason today, they've been terrible. But they've got some good youngsters and they've got some coming. Add 2 years to them.
Nathan Brown, Malcolm. I asked you the question, I think, in the second quarter.
Yeah, as soon as you asked me, almost he went off the ground.
Good kick by Rance across the face. There's Swan. Just knocked it forward towards O'Brien.
On form, Stephen, I think he'd be asking himself the question, if he's honest. Can he go again? I mean, that, you know, horrific injury he had, we know. Has he really come back from it? Only in part, hasn't he?
There is Brown. Quick snap towards the goals. And we'll have a throw in.
Throw in, please.
Well, it was a horrendous injury, and he's done well just to get back out on the football field. There's Ben Cousins. He'll go again next year. Brown handballs to Nahas. Kept his feet, got it over to Morton. Now Bowden in his final game of AFL football. Kicks one inside 50, and the mark is taken by McMahon.
Wouldn't you say, Stephen, I think on form, Cousins should go on. I thought he'd play about 14 games because of his hamstring history. There might be a new coach. You know, it may or may not be Jade Rawlings.
Leon,
He may see it differently.
Thank you, bud.
And Jordan McMahon has missed. What do you do with Richo, Malcolm?
That's once again, I think Brendan Gale answered in your interview, Stephen, when he said, I guess that's really be determined by the next coach.
And out on the full, so free kick to Collingwood against Polo.
Don't you think? I mean, I think it's a fair question too. But I also think the coach is you know, 99 times out of 100 get what they want as their playing list goes, and particularly on older players.
Good kick from Johnson to find Dawes on centre wing. Now, umpire James just heading across just to reset the mark. Not quite sure why he needed to do that, but he has.
Can I just say one other thing on that? Perhaps the final thing. Gary March said that Richo's playing next year as president.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got a real good theory on that, and I reckon it's what Brendan Gale said about their culture. Their culture's all wrong. I reckon the door's got to be shut a bit on all that sort of stuff.
Kick from O'Brien. Thursfield misses the mark. Beautiful tap from Anthony onto Dick. He couldn't quite control it. And Newman hands and knees. Well done, Beams. Off to O'Brien. Feeds it back. Cameron Wood. Now Pendlebury at centre half forward. Wants his left side. Gets onto his left side. And pops it through for a goal. Margin 107 points in favour of the Magpies. And that's the way it stands at the moment. Their greatest winning margin against the Tigers, as this ball from Pendlebury swung back to register his first goal of the afternoon.
Stephen probably should just finish that by saying, you know, the president says that, but if a new coach comes in and doesn't agree with that, already you got loggerheads. I think what Brendan Gale said is that we've got to find some common ground at Richmond, and we all shut up.
13 individual goal kickers for Collingwood this afternoon. It has been a feast. Davis gets bowled over, but he's okay. O'Brien to Lockyer. Clever little kick towards Beams, who's had another excellent day. Squaring kick. Bowden. And we'll have a bounce. About 12 metres out from the Magpie goal.
And just to finish that off, I suppose, to say that, you know, everyone should look after their own area. I mean, you know, there's a football manager or a coach to look after the playing group. You know, boards look after other things. Got to be careful. Too many people have too much to say sometimes.
Tuck hurries the kick from half back. Swan gets there just in front of Rance. Got support through Cloak, who's got a short option. In fact, tries to give it back to Swan. Collision coming up. Both players committing themselves. Well done, Rance. On the up to Nahas, who's forced to retreat. Back to Rance. His slot. Look out. That's a great tackle by Chris Dawes. And advantage page here. That was dubious. Tooby handball off to Swan, who kicks it deep. Anthony's got to look round and try and mark. Just had a bit too much on it, the kick. And through for A behind. And that's the other big question that Collingwood will face next week. Do they play Fraser and Woody in the same team? Because they've persisted pretty much all year with just one ruckman.
Yes, I know. It's a good call. But that's why that Lee Brown became important and was recruited to the club, I'd suggest. And look, he's contributed. He hasn't been great, but he's contributed in a way that gives them balance.
But do you drop Cameron Wood with Josh Fraser back next week, or do you keep him in the team?
Well, history tells you that most premiership teams have two ruckmen.
Yes, you know why? Because if one's having a bad day, and that can happen.
We've got the other thing, of course, if one gets injured.
Lockyer marks, plays on, kicks inside 50. Not this time for Collingwood. Coghlan. Not a lot on offer. He chips to Jackson. Well done, Tuvey. Great effort by Tuvey. To Dawes. Davis to Medhurst. Little daisy cutter to Dick. He can't control it. Tuck throws himself on the ball, and it'd be penalised here if he's not careful. O'Brien taps it out to Wood. Back to Lockyer. Oh, there's three Collingwood players alone inside 50. Wellingham, well, that was a bad option. There was three loose pies. Not 15, says the umpire. Play on, or was it touched?
Willingham's in trouble too. He's cramped. I think this will be the end of him. He's been good today. He's cramped up again by the look of it. Not 15.
No, it was touched.
Oh, okay.
So bounce. Deep in Collingwood's attacking 50. Tuck almost handed it to Hislop. He had the kick smothered. Last two games for the Magpies. Sydney and the Western Bulldogs.
If they win those two, they're going to be in good nick going to the finals.
They're in good nick anyway, I reckon.
Boundary throw in, spills wide. Rance knocks it forward. Laudano Bree, Swan, Cloak. Davis wants it wide.
Give us his trick. Give us a party trick. A party
He's
trick.
kicked 4 from 50. He loads up and misses this time to the near side. In fact, misses everything except the behind post.
Sorry,
so
Michael.
Free kick to the Tigers.
Didn't you want another trick from him?
And a career high disposal count for Dane Beams. What a wonderful season. He won the NAB Rising Star nomination in round 17 and has really come from the clouds, and I think we've been accepting that Daniel Rich is probably the favourite for the NAB Rising Star.
And he's from the Gold Coast, Dane Beams.
He is indeed.
Has he re-signed with Collingwood, Malcolm? You'd have your finger on the pulse there.
Hold the arm!
Now, I'll get back to you on that. I just want to...
Delidio on centre wing for the Tigers. Kicks towards half forward. Lee Brown fist, but front and centre was Tambling. Nahas now too far out to score from 60. He kicks to a vacant goal square. Will it bounce through? It does, but only for a behind.
Didak kicks to Pendlebury. Now Tuvey. Kicks to half forward. Oh, cleverly done by Davis. Edwards hasn't given up, and Edwards wins the football back. Well done by Shane Edwards. Good stuff. A little win there for the Tigers as the kick finds Graham on the wing. Kicks to Tuck. Now McMahon switches play and does it very nicely to the members' side, to McGuan, who runs to the 50 and bangs it long into the goal square, almost to mark to Morton. Ball still alive. Tambling just hacks it off the ground, and that's a mark right on the goal line, and it's taken by Shaw, who gets things moving again for Collingwood as he finds Pendlebury, and the Pies are away.
Plenty of time. Scott Pendlebury short to Beams. Disposal number 29. Maxwell, little half volley. Pendlebury. Didak now at centre half back. Shares it with Lockyer.
Oh, look at this. Leon Davis is by himself.
Look at Didak running. He ran 75 metres to get on the end of that kick from Lockyer. Looked at Vickery and says, I'll take you on. And then the short kick is... Oh, Davis coughed it up. Great stuff from Alan Didak. Edwards' kick, a little scrappy though. It gets to its target in Nahas, who kicks towards centre half forward. Tambling, good mark. 45 from goal.
50.
So a certain goal coming up for Richmond here. And that was gut running from Alan Didak. But it's gone up the other end, and we'll watch it again. Now, can't do it, Malcolm. Goal to Richmond. Tigers have their first goal of the final term. And good to see Richard Tambling back on the ground after he looked as though he popped the shoulder, and it's strapped up and back on he goes.
That's right, he hurt the C joint. What's the... Yeah, it's... I guess he did hang on to him for a little bit, didn't he?
Well, the conversation Ben Cousins had with Jade Rawlings at three-quarter time must be, Coach, I'm hurt.
Yep.
He hasn't taken any part in his final term. 19 disposals next to his name. No point risking the hamstring at this stage of proceedings.
All right.
Collingwood by 101 points. Tigers work it back in their attacking half, but not for long. Didak to Swan. It's holding the ball. Nahas had a good day. It's been far from Richmond's worst as he puts it back inside 50. And that's a free kick for a push against O'Brien. And Tambling has an opportunity to kick another goal. Well done, Robin Nahas.
He's been good, Nahas, hasn't he? I mean, even from his first game he played.
But he's kicked 21 goals in his debut season in 17 matches.
Yeah, he's been good.
Tambling for his second.
So the difference in even 100 points is Shaw over the top to Swan. Shaw still down, and Hislop gives him one to go on with. Johnson now off to Swan from half back, kicks towards half forward. Cloak, beautiful kick from Swan. Now Davis and Dick both running back, and Cloak decides to try his luck. Long towards Davis and Edwards. Well done, Edwards. Got a fist in there. And off Richmond at the fall. Thursfield lopes away. Deledio. Edwards. Oh, look out, look out, look out. Gee, just got it away. Thursfield back to Deledio. Now Coughlin, half back to the Tigers. Tuck, short kick. It is effective, and victory marks in the centre of the MCG. Wide, Joel Bowden towards Tambling. Well done by O'Brien, just corrals him. He kicks back towards centre half forward, and out comes Hislop and marks 45 from goal directly in front. Here's the hit on Shaw, and you just watch Hislop just give him one as he's walking past. Nothing much in that. So here he is. Tom Hislop played 7 games for the Bombers from right on 50. Not a bad drop punt. It's a goal. Richmond have kicked the last 2 goals in the game and have dragged the margin back to 94 points.
Well, it's hard to play 4 great quarters of footy and be perfect, but I reckon Mick Muldouse might be a little bit disappointed with this. Just that percentage going to mean something at the end of the year, whether you finish 3rd or 4th perhaps for them, and it just gets a bit frustrating when you're sitting in the coach's box, when you see this little turnaround that Richmond have had.
Hislop gets his second, and excellent crowd for a Saturday afternoon game. Just a tad over 63,000. Richmond home game. And it's all Collingwood on the scoreboard. Their biggest lead in the match, 107 points. Newman kicks out wide to the members' wing and finds Graham. Vickery's led for him, and he receives. Tries to get the ball moving unsuccessfully. The handball was smothered by Brown and gained 200. Thomas in there for Collingwood. Brown has another crack.
It's interesting that Graham and Vickery, they're just, you know, there's something to work with, aren't they? A couple of tall, skinny kids, as we call them.
Nahas again. Well done. Spat out of trouble. Got it off to Bowden. Back to Nahas. So he kicks towards the goal, but that's not going to do it for him. And it's marked by Maxwell, and the Pies are away. Long lead from Dawes. Has a little bit of trouble picking it up. It's a bit sloppy from Dawes, but in the end finally got it up to Johnson, so all's well that ends well. Good Shepherd. Bree caught one from Hislop. And Bree's fine. Well, he's been reported.
Yep.
So been reported for striking Tom Hislop. Let's have a look at this one.
Crude.
Yeah.
I think Tommy might be having a break next week.
Might be season over.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of bad news potentially for Collingwood down here. Brad Dick took himself off the ground about a minute ago with his left shoulder, which is heavily strapped, dangling low, so he might just have a minor problem with that.
Just appeared to grab his wrist or arm, lower arm. Andrew?
Yeah, he's got that shoulder blighty, which is heavily strapped, and it certainly seemed to be emanating from the shoulder, whatever the problem might be.
Cloak's told to play on, so he pumps it long and high inside 50. Tough one to mark. Revolt just knocks it away to King. And he kicks to Bowden. His 265th and final game of league football. Twice an All-Australian, twice the best and fairest winner. Not a good kick though, as he turned it over to Thomas, who kicks to Anthony. Good spoil from Deledio. There's a few tired bodies out there now. Deledio kept it alive, back to Bowden. Nothing on offer. Handballs to Rance, who evaded the Swan tackle just to Tuck. Now Collingwood get it back. Swan looking for Anthony. Leon Davis went without it. He'll have another crack. Lost his feet. Gets it back to Johnson, who can load up here on the left. And Johnson kicks a point.
Pretty solid again by Collingwood, isn't it, really? I mean, it's been a bit of a nothing last quarter. But for the most part, it's been very good.
Deledio's kick is okay, marked by Graham. Half back, Bowden. High towards the wing, and made Tambling run for it, and well done, Richie Tambling.
I wonder what Jade Rawlings thinks as we watch.
Shane Edwards coming off in some trouble, Malcolm.
I wonder what Jade Rawlings thinks after you get one of these. It's terrific when you're a coach and you cop 100 shellacking.
Newman, well done Lee Brown. Well done front and centre roving from Nahas. Well done Pendlebury, just hung on in the tackle. Coughlin, Deledio, forced to kick it wide to Tambling. Maxwell did superbly, chipping in. He's got to beat a couple here though. Ties it up, well played by the captain. He earns a bounce. And 5 minutes left in the match as we look at the injury to Shane Edwards there.
He was in a terrible way when he came off the ground, boys. Couldn't straighten up. He's looks like a bloke who's got a bit of internal damage off the back of that knee.
Yeah, it was a nasty knock.
Didak kicks it forward towards Davis, who paddles to O'Brien, back towards Davis. Spent most of his time up forward today, Leon Davis. Now marked by Didak, but he's called to play on, so the two-man war continues as King applies the pressure, and we'll get a bounce on the southern wing.
Now, just going on the Jade Rawlings bit, I mean, Richmond is still going through their process of trying to find a coach, of which he's included. I mean, the last 2 weeks don't do him any good. I think he's good. He presents very well, but the last two results just eat a bit, don't they?
Well, they've worked against him, haven't they?
Yeah.
Davis to Didak, back to Davis. Scrubs one up to Cloak, can't control it, picked up by Revolt. Breaks a couple of tackles, off to Bowden. Now Newman. Just goes along and hopes for the best. Browns there. Can't take the mark. And it'll be a rush behind to the Tigers. Now won 11 of their last 12 matches. The Magpies, their only hiccup was against the Hawks.
Lockyer. Oh, good mark taken by Polo. Toe-to-toe with Medhurst. Deledio. McMahon. Little dinky kick. Bowden taking his time from 50 metres. Joel Bowden unloads and it's home. No, it's just offline. Thought he might have finished his final game with a 50-metre goal. It wasn't to be. Margin 93 points in favour of the Magpies.
Marked by Swan, who's now got the game high disposals. He's up to 33. Off to Prestigiacomo, who has a couple of bounces. Long to a one-on-one. Revolt against Cloak. Falls to Dawes. Off to Medhurst. And we'll have a throw in.
Just while that's going, I mean, Richmond, prior to the last two games, when the Swans have been pros at it, and this mob, who are going to be top three, they've beaten Melbourne, they've beaten Essendon, they drew with North Melbourne, and Carlton only beat them by 20 points. So the teams away from the top-ish, they haven't been too bad with. They've won a couple even. The teams like this one, close to the top, been shellacked.
Brown sweeping handball's a good one to Pendlebury. And he's got Swan loose on the wing. Another stat for him is he gives it off to Lockyer, and that's cut off by Newman.
Quarters history's just been made down here. Pendlebury came on for Prestige. Como was the 128th interchange that Collingwood's made today. They've made a couple more since. Breaks the pre-existing record, which was 127 for a match.
World record, Andy.
World record, Quarters.
How's Shane Edwards? It didn't look good, that knock.
No, he hasn't returned. He's gone downstairs, and we haven't seen him return yet. He looked in a terrible way.
Jake King goes out wide to McMahon from a long way out. He's put it out of bounds on the full. He has butchered that kick.
Collingwood bring it back. O'Brien off to Maxwell. Centre wing, Nick Maxwell drives it long. Medhurst at the back. Now works to the front. Couldn't take the mark and at the fall. Well done by King. His non-dominant side finds Bowden, who has been certainly accumulating the possessions in the final term. Might be number 11, I think, as he finds Tambling on centre wing. Kicks to a central location. Beautiful kick to Ledio. Couple of options. Open forward line. Collingwood haven't got numbers back as he kicks towards full forward. O'Brien and Morton. Well done, O'Brien, fisting it over. And a boundary throw in Richmond's right forward pocket.
Coughlin chased down by Maxwell. Ball still in play to the goal square.
Oh, dance.
Yeah, geez, a smooth mover, isn't he? And the mark's taken by Dale Thomas. Just draws Tambling. Oh, well done, Richard Tambling. Good effort. Had to beat a couple there. That's a sensational effort by Richard Tambling. Well done. But it didn't count for much in the end because Collingwood get it back through Shaw to Lockyer. Off to Johnson. And now back to Thomas.
Ooh, you don't reckon there's some players waiting for the siren here? I think the guy standing the mark here, Joel Bowden, I think he can use it enough too.
Collingwood by 93 points. Mark taken by Tuvey.
Collingwood disposal record 454 disposals.
Tuvey gets past McMahon.
Oh, dear me.
To Dawes.
We talked about that a little earlier. Malcolm handballing to a stationary player.
Always dangerous, no matter what the situation.
Particularly when he's manned up.
Yeah.
Counting down, final siren not too far away as Dawes knocks it towards Pendlebury. Loops the handball inside towards Ben Johnson. It was hurled. So free kick to Ben Johnson. And I tell you what, he's made a bit of a difference since coming into this Collingwood side as well. Ben Johnson, kick towards Davis. Now, it's got to come back. Ben Johnson up to 25. This will be disposal number 26. And some more experience and just adding to the depth in the midfield. Now, plays on, waits. Handball to Cloak. Back to Johnson. Little kick and mark taken by Burt. No. Not paid by the umpire, and Richmond can bring it out through Nathan Brown. He combines with McGuan and finds almost found King, bounces off his chest, and that's it. It's all over. Collingwood have defeated Richmond by 93 points. The final game, game number 265 for Joel Bowden.
As a group, getting better and better every week, it seems.
Yeah, that's right. We had a little hiccup against Hawthorn, but we worked on a few things since then, and the last 3 or 4 weeks have been tremendous.
Sharing the load all over the ground. Great defensive unit, magnificent numbers through the midfield. There's got so many blokes kicking goals. It feels like there's just a significant improvement almost on a weekly basis from the outfit.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we're a pretty even team. We've got a few little good players in our team, and we really have to work together to get the 4 points. And like I said before, in the last 10 weeks we've been doing that for each other.
An interesting day for you personally. I know you get heavily guarded every single week, but when you get that sort of treatment, it tests the reserves of patience and restraint a fair bit, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though. As long as we win and we get the 4 points and everyone's contributing, that's the most important thing. Look, I'm doing my bit for the team and so is everyone else. So.
And a nice feel about September today too, and the conditions. Good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, mate.
On you. Back to you, lads.
Very diplomatic from Alan Didak, Michael. Well, let's spare a thought for this man, Joel Bowden. 265th and final game of league footy. Great history with the Tigers, with the Bowden families. We go back to Andy Marr.
Well, mate, not the way you'd want to finish it, obviously.
No, certainly not. But you know, Richmond are in a bit of a transition period now, and hopefully in the next couple of years they can build a little bit of momentum and perhaps play in the finals in consecutive years. If that was a goal for the team in the next 3 or 4 years, well, I think that's possibly attainable.
Can you see that happening? You're confident that this group's got that capacity?
Well, every year you add a few, here and there, and you never know what you're going to get in the draft. So hopefully we can build and get a bit of momentum, because I've been playing 14 years and one final series is not enough, and if some of these guys who are just starting now play 10 to 15 years, I hope they can get 2 or 3 or 4 final series and make it a little bit more enjoyable.
How hard has it been for you to say goodbye?
Oh, it's been a strange feeling today, and knowing that I'm not going to have to come back or not have to go to the football club tomorrow, it's a strange feeling, but I enjoyed the game. I got a few kicks after half time, thank God, because I couldn't get near it in the first half. I was all at sea, but I'll move on now and spend a bit of time with the family and hopefully just relax and enjoy myself.
Mate, you've been a great Richmond player. Congratulations on an outstanding career. Well done.
Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it, mate.
Good on you, Joel. Back to you, boys.
And perhaps one day, leading the Players Association, who's got a big involvement. There's Joel's family. As I said, his dad and his 2 brothers also played for Richmond. And Joel Bowden now just waving goodbye to the Richmond faithful, and well done to the Collingwood Football Club too, there staying out on the ground to wish Joel Bowden all the best. Always sad to see them go, Malcolm, but it's a fact of life in sport.
It is. I mean, one of the things I said to interview him before, he's in the top 1% of all time games record. I mean, and no one gives you those games. You have to earn them. You have to earn them week after week. And a lot of people think you're counted in premierships, but you've got to be lucky sometimes where you end up in an era. And he's just been through this period at Richmond where he just had that one really good crack at it, and the rest of it he's been a really good Richmond player, and a very, very good Richmond player.
2-time best and fairest, of course. 2004, 2005 as Collingwood leave the arena.
Interesting role to play from here, hasn't he? You wonder, with Brendan Gale leaving, you wonder whether he might be the next one there, or he looks at coaching, or goes and plays at at a lesser level. I think he's a quality person, isn't he? There's a few things open to him.
Yeah.
So there's Joel handing off the footy for safekeeping to the family, and all the Richmond players and the ones that aren't taking part today just forming a guard of honour to say goodbye to Joel Bowden. We see this now as a common theme with the retiring players getting their family out on the ground. I think it's fantastic to see. Times have changed, Michael, since you blokes tossed it in.
Certainly have.
And why not? I mean, I think it's one of the good things that football does now, and may it continue forever.
So break from the MCG. It's a massive win by Collingwood. They have towed up the Tigers to the tune of 93 points.